Good morning. For those of you who don't know, my name is Maya Karen. I run a fashion blog called Classically Kept. It does feature luxury, contemporary, and how to style, and now natural hair care and hair care topics. If you are into any of those things, please consider subscribing to my channel. Click the notification bell. That way you will never miss a video. So today we are going to go over the results of my 30-day challenge. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first things first, what I am wearing. My earrings, of course, are from a J. Crew, and then this gorgeous silk dress is from Lily Silk. You guys would have seen it in my last styling video. So we are on the journey in my style series. We are helping each other and we are going through 2024 and we are honing in on our personal style. And I think for right now that I have found mine. So if you were not aware of the style series, I will link the first 2 episodes down below. And then also over on Shorts, if you were following through on that. For 30 days, this was the challenge. For 30 days, I was to get dressed. I was not to repeat a piece of jewelry and I was not to repeat any piece of clothing. And I was successful in that. But I want to report to you guys what I actually learned about myself, what I learned about my personal style. So before we get into the observations, I do want to talk about what my aesthetic is. What is my personal style? So within these 30 days, I was able to narrow it down to 3. I have not thought of like a name or a phrase for it, but I was able to break it down into 3. The very first one is old Hollywood glam. David recently had me watch Harlem Nights. I believe it had a whole bunch of people in it. I know Jasmine Guy was in it, and I believe other people were in it. But when I tell you what the women were wearing in that movie is me just tied up in a bow. It is me tied up in a bow. So the first one is Hollywood glam. Even when they were just in their house lounging, they were fabulous. They had feather robes. They had, aside from the smoking, they had the feather robes. They had the feather slip. It was just, I felt like I was watching me. You guys have often told me that I was born in the wrong era, and I have actually gotten this for a while. Even just the hair and the rolls and the finger, it was just, I absolutely loved it. No matter where the women were going, they were always dressed. And I actually miss that when it comes to our society. The second one is going to be coquette. And this is more so like your romantic, the puff sleeves, the midi dresses, the ruching right here, and then it flaring out. When we're thinking of this, I want you to think of, and I have the perfect example actually. It's going to be my Bottega Veneta skirt, the black circle skirt. Y'all know I love that skirt. And if I could, I would wear it all the time. But just to kind of give you an idea, the first one that I have is from, actually 2 of these are from Tory Burch. The very first one, you see where like the skirt is, and even like Victorian, Marie Antoinette, think of Tudors, think of Reign. Y'all know I love those fashions. So I'm able to bring it into a more modern take with the coquette style. But this right here is absolutely gorgeous to me. I love everything about it. It is actually a set, so it is a top and a bottom. But this is Tory Burch. And then this is what it looks like just all together. I absolutely love the way that this looks, okay? It might be a little old for some people, but I think it is a beautiful modern take on the coquette style or the Victorian style. And then this one right here is gorgeous as well, and it is also from Tory Burch, okay? But you see how it is fit and flare right here, and then it just kind of sprouts out right where the waist is. I think that this is beautiful. I think it's classic. I think it's beautiful. And I think that it speaks to my aesthetic. And then the last one is just going to be a classic style when it comes to the blacks, when it comes to the neutrals, when it comes to the pencil skirts, when it comes to the J. Crew TP sweaters, when it comes to the button-ups, right? So I haven't necessarily found a word or a phrase to encompass all of that, but that is where my style is right now. No matter if I'm running errands, no matter if David and I are going out, no matter if it's brunch, no matter if it's the beach, this is typically what you will see me in. So the very first thing, which I'm pretty sure most of you guys are aware, I have said this before, I'm just not into prints. You guys will see me wear my kimonos around the house. You guys will see me wear my loungewear. You guys have seen the silk robes that I have. They are prints, but those are worn in the house. I guess when it comes to social dressing, or when it comes to fashion, or when it comes to making a statement, or when it comes to going to a social event or just being out and about, like my social clothes, I'm just not a print person. And now that I'm thinking about it, back in 2023, I did get rid of, I believe like a couple of polka dot dresses. But as far as the pieces coming in, as far as the pieces that I was buying, none of them had prints. Now you will see, and I will link it down below, but I did go to Dillard's and I did try on for you guys the Dillard in the collaboration with Style Bungalow. That maxi dress or that maxi skirt did have a print, but what I'm learning about prints is that I am very, very, very picky when it comes to prints. For me personally, and this is my personal opinion. When it comes to certain pieces and when it comes to certain prints, I think it doesn't necessarily ruin the garment or ruin the design or ruin the aesthetic. But sometimes for me, when you add a print to a very beautifully designed dress or a dress that has a very beautiful silhouette, I won't say that it cheapens the look, but it doesn't look, I'll say elevated. It doesn't look as elevated. And I will give you two perfect examples because when I saw both of these dresses, I think the silhouette and the volume are gorgeous. So the very first one is by Leo and Lynn. You guys know that I love fit and flare. You guys know that I love puff sleeve. Give me this dress with all of the print, without all of the print going on. This dress to me, they could have sold in a plain white, in a chambray, in a pink, and then what's really popular right now is red. And they could even do this in a butter yellow, and I think it would sell, okay? So this dress to me, the design of it is beautiful. I just don't like the print. The second one, which you guys know, I am a lover of maxi dresses. I absolutely love this dress as well. Yes, it is backless, but I feel like you guys have heard me say before, I feel like when it comes to being sexy, I feel as though one of the things that you can show without being overtly sexy is your back. I'm not talking all the way down to, to your butt area, but I think just a little bit of your back being exposed is very sexy without being overtly. But this dress is absolutely beautiful. I love the silhouette. I love the design. I love the volume. But I don't like I don't care for the print. Again, give me this dress in a solid white, even in this color, in a chambray, baby blue, red, and right now what's really popular is, or what's on trend is the butter yellow, okay? It's just that for me, prints, I'm very particular about them. I remember I was on the AJ website and it was their spring 2022 collection. Again, it was a maxi dress and they had these huge flowers on them. I'll see if I can show a photo. I think I looked at it on like Monday. I came back on Thursday and I said, you know what? This is a beautiful dress. But even though we're a couple of days after, I'm already tired of the print, and the print was just so large, okay? So when it comes to prints, I'm just not a print person. But what I am realizing is that I am really into texture. I love texture. Give me, and you guys remember this Ulla Johnson dress that I stocked. It has the cable knit, it has the texture, and it has the little balls on it. And it's in a very classic winter white hue or winter white color. Give me that with the texture, and I think that will outlast any print. Also, what's really popular right now is raffia. I believe it was Carolina Herrera, and I know there are a couple of companies that are actually making clothing with raffia. You guys will also remember that when I did try on that collaboration with Dillard's and Style Bungalow, that I was looking for the raffia skirt. They did not have it at my Dillard's, but it was a skirt made out of raffia. So what I'm realizing is that I'm not into print, but I am into texture, which is going to bring me to my next point. Color. I will go for a solid color before I go for a print. And within this challenge, I think there were at least 3 times where I wore this certain hue of blue. And I'm putting it right here. But I found out that I really, really do like color, but more specifically, I like jewel tones and I like pastels. I don't necessarily like loud, bright colors like a bright orange or a bright red, but I love jewel tones and I love pastels. But this blue color right here, coupled with my Bottega dupes, was a hit. it made me feel absolutely gorgeous. And I know I spoke about this, I believe, at the end of 2022. It's coming, don't worry. I am still getting a color analysis. I'm just trying to find the right person. But I think that that will also help me hone in on my personal style. I don't think a lot of times people realize how much color plays into how we show up, okay? So the second point is that I am actually really into color. I am a black girl. I love black. I love my neutrals, but I am willing to step outside of the neutrals and black comfort zone and experiment with a little bit of color. And because I experimented with the color, I found a new hue of blue that I really love. The next thing that I learned, whenever I was in a rush or wherever I felt like I was running behind and I needed to be somewhere, I recognized that I reached for two very familiar things. And you guys have heard me talk about this before. The first thing is that I reached for my uniform. And in spring and summer, that is always going to be a fit and flare dress, or give me a statement top with a pencil skirt, and I'm good to go. So I noticed that when I was in a rush, I went to what was familiar and what I know my body type likes, or I know what is aesthetically pleasing on my body type. So it was either a fit and flare dress, or it was something that had ruching or some type of, not necessarily texture, but it was something that had some type of nip and tuck. Which brings me to my next point, which I've known for a while, but this challenge has solidified. I love nipped things, or I love things that cinch the waist and give me the illusion that I actually have more hippage than I do. I'm a very structured person when it comes to my life, and clearly when it comes to my clothing as well. You guys know that my favorite type of bag is a structured top handle. Not being able to repeat things for 30 days really challenged me. And also during the 30 days, I wanted to make sure that I was also pulling from things that I did not normally wear. Still things that I like, but for instance, I did not go for this dress during the 30-day challenge, right? You guys have seen this dress before. Absolutely love it. I also didn't reach for this dress, right? I wanted to make sure that during the 30-day challenge, I was challenging myself to pull from pieces that I don't necessarily reach for, but still love. Maybe didn't know how to style, and you guys saw me style things in different ways, right? But whenever I was in a rush, I just found myself reverting back to or going to my staples in the foundation piece, or the foundational pieces in my closet, i.e. the pencil skirt, i.e. the fit and flare dress. When it comes to fit, I think one time during the 30-day challenge, Flo was here, I believe that I did wear my baby doll dress. I like baby doll dresses, but I think they serve a specific purpose. I think for me, more so, it's going to be a casual or a sick day, or if I'm on vacation. If, again, it's socially or running errands or just being out and about, going to brunch, hanging out, it's typically going to have some type of nip or some type of tuck or some type of cinch when it comes to my looks. So now that I have honed in on my personal style, I also recognized or realized during the 30-day challenge that there are some staples, or there are some staple pieces for my aesthetic missing from my wardrobe. A camel pump, a camel boot, a camel purse. Really, most of it is camel. A camel belt. There are some accessories that are missing. Also, when it comes to accessories, I will say that I recognize that when it comes to jewelry, you guys know, but I absolutely love statement earrings. And I don't even think one day I wore a necklace. I would probably say back in like 2017, 2016, I was all about the statement necklace. That has definitely changed to statement earrings. You guys know I love my studs, but I also love my statement earrings. I still have all of my statement necklaces, and maybe it will, come back, or because we all know fashion is cyclical, and the way that we dress is also cyclical, but it's also always evolving. So maybe I will go back to that. But with this challenge, I know that I am definitely more into earrings than I am into necklaces. But there are just some things that are missing from my closet. There will be another video so we can explore what is missing and how I'm going to incorporate those into my closet. But I just kind of wanted to give you a rundown of the things that I realized and recognized about my personal style. And within the 30 days, There were just things that I realized that I do really like. There were things that I realized that I just really did not like. Again, the challenge was to make sure that I didn't repeat any jewelry, to make sure I didn't repeat any clothing. And within that, that also challenged me not to reach for the same thing. Remember, I gave you the 2 examples of the green dress and the Banana Republic sweater dress, which you guys know I absolutely love. But it just made me realize that my personal style is just that. It's my personal style. I have no issue with trends. I have no issue with micro trends. But whenever it comes down to it, I always revert back to, or I always come back to my staples. Just like you heard me say earlier, whenever I was in a rush, or even I'll say when I wasn't even really sure what to reach for or coming to the end of the challenge, I was always going for the familiar pieces. Now, there were some times that because it was raining outside, I did wear pieces that I didn't normally wear. Just like that ASOS set that you'll absolutely love. That linen ASOS set, that to me is a going out outfit, or even you can take it on vacation, or that is resort wear. And as a matter of fact, it still had the tags on it. I absolutely loved it, but there has not been an appropriate occasion for me to wear that. But during the challenge, I was able to challenge myself to style that and wear it. So the next time when the opportunity presents itself, I already have an outfit. And that's another thing that I will say when it came to the challenge. I took pictures, and of course there's video of all of the outfits that I chose. There were some things that I pieced together that I would not normally have pieced together because I was not allowed to wear other pieces. And that was other thing. You can consider it, I guess you could say, playing dress up. But I have 30 new outfits that I did not have, and I did not buy any of that. None of that was new. I know you guys were asking me a lot of where I was getting the things, but a lot of those pieces were not new. So that is all that I have for this episode. In the next episode, we will talk about how you find your own personal style and tips and tricks for that. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I just want to remind you, here on YouTube, I do upload videos every Wednesday and Sunday. And of course, right here, I'll put my Instagram handle. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, you guys. Bye.
We always have it coming.